Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's get straight into it.
Shout out bros and keep my eyes in the sky, cause that's where I'm moving. Say they wanna read my mind.
Before we get into the topic of this video, I have a challenge for you. Now, in my last video, I created this challenge a little bit last minute, and I didn't actually say anything about it during the video. So here it is. If all of you guys can get this video here right now to 600 comments, once we hit 10,000 subscribers, which is gonna be very soon, I'm going to do a giveaway, my very first giveaway. I know King Wani all by himself can carry you guys through this challenge and give you at least 70 all by himself. So if you want to do a giveaway, tear up the comment section, alright? Make sure you tear it up. Oh, and also follow me on my Instagram, mojo99__ because I'm gonna be doing it over there. I'm gonna be doing two things on Instagram. First of all, I'm going to spam you with likes. And secondly, I'm gonna be doing the giveaway over there. So you already know what to do. The ball is in your court. You want a chance to win a giveaway or not? Throughout the career of every single NBA player, they are bound to go through ups and downs, highs and lows. It's like a roller coaster. There's no such thing as being steady, and there's always constant movement. And just a year ago, these guys on this list were found at arguably the lowest points of their career. They all looked like a shell of themselves. And you know, for the most part, that mainly had to do with injuries. And also, weirdly enough, every single player on this list recently shifted conferences, and they were either traded to or signed with their current team. So let's start off with Blake Griffin. Over the past few years, Blake hasn't been the healthiest guy. He's had random injuries that prevented him from being there for his team when they needed him the most. Thankfully though, as time has gone by, Blake has adjusted his game and has adapted to the modern day NBA style of play. He developed his playmaking and passing ability and has gotten his jump shot to the point where it's actually a reliable threat from three. So far this year, he's shooting nearly 37% from three on nearly 6 attempts per game. Just a reminder, do you guys realize that this is the exact same dude who attempted less than 2 threes back in 2017? The evolution and strides Blake has continued to make even through injuries has been astonishing. And all of the work that he put in has been paying off. Sorta. Statistically, he is arguably having the best year of his career. He's averaging a career high 25 points per game. His 3-point percentage is up, and he's averaging 5 assists per game as a big. And that is something that he's done plenty of times before in the past. He's having an outstanding year right now, and to me at least, he's doing everything in his power to keep this thing afloat for the Pistons. But you know, Blake is only one man. He can only do so much. This Pistons team is basically getting carried by Blake. He is getting help from Andre Drummond, who is having a monster season too. But to be honest, outside of them two and a few other guys, their entire roster is extremely suspect. But nevertheless, Blake has been still doing his thing and has this team as the 8th seed currently in the Eastern Conference. The type of bounce back year that Blake is having right now does not deserve to go unnoticed. Last year, Blake was at his worst efficiency-wise and missed a chunk of games, of course, due to injury. And he was traded too. He was used as an asset. Trade bait by that man Jerry West. Right after they pretty much begged him to stay and offered him a humongous obese contract that same year. Tough world, cold world, cutthroat world, but at the end of the day, it's a business. And you know, if I have to be honest and real, this move right here was done for the better of Blake and the Los Angeles Clippers organization. For Blake, Detroit is a fresh start and brand new environment. He was given a chance to still be great and still show his value. And for the Clippers, they got a chance to move on and reset everything. They recreated themselves and they now have a new identity. This new identity though wouldn't have been found without moving Blake. They're now known as, or at least should be known as, one of the toughest, grittiest, fearless group of players out there. And the forefront of this new identity is centered around guys like Patrick Beverley, Montrezl Harrell, and Avery Bradley. Some of the most scrappiest, toughest dudes in the league. The Clippers also have a lot of firepower at the 2 forward spots. Tobias Harris, he's an all-star this year. Simple as that. And the other one, him, that dude right there, that's who we're gonna be moving on to and talking about next. He tends to be overlooked a lot. Danilo Gallinari, he just like Blake Griffin, had plenty of injuries before in the past. And last year, they really took a toll on him, his numbers, and his body. He played a measly 21 games last year and had by far one of the worst years of his career. Dude was down in the dumps and was looking like he was becoming one of those players. I mean that he would be one of those players who we would view as fans as washed and a waste of money. He was so close to being put in the same category as Chandler Parsons because he was paid extremely well during the offseason and he damn near fell off. But no, he wasn't here for it. Gallo put in that work during the offseason, and he mustered up all of this work he put in to display it this season for the Clippers and everyone around the league. Despite turning 30 years old, missing damn near the entire season, and throwing up disgusting, pitiful numbers, and despite all the injury, Gallo rose above it all and is now having by far the best year of his career, averaging nearly 20 points per game, which is a career high, 6 rebounds per game, which is a career high too, and 2 assists. While throwing up 20 a game, he's doing it while shooting lights out. He's shooting 45% from the field and 46% from 3. It is ridiculous how unnoticed the work this man put in has gone unnoticed. All the odds were against him and all the signs are pointing to us that the man was gonna fall off. To me at least, you know, I expected him to fall off a cliff. And he's made this season right here, if not one of the best, then the best year of his career. Most of the time when the Clippers are talked about, which is in the first place not a lot, 9 times out of 10 you tend to hear a lot about Jerry West and the fantastic job that he's been doing, Tobias Harris and how underappreciated he is, or even Lou Will, cause like who don't like to talk about Lou Williams? I think that those are the guys who tend to get a lot of the credit for the Clippers' success. And I know haters, they deserve it. They deserve all the praise that they are getting right now. But let's slow down for a sec and be real and honest with ourselves here. If Danilo Gallinari's crippled self didn't step up to the plate this year and have a resurrection, then the Clips would definitely not be as good as they are right now. They wouldn't have a top 4 offense in the league right now. They wouldn't be the 10th best team in the NBA right now. I want to remind you that this man here was on the verge of falling off and really could have been another Chandler Parsons. He didn't have to work hard to get back to his old self and become even better. Dude honestly could have been chilling like Chandler Parsons because he got his money already. He is going to make $21 million this year and $22 next year regardless of how he performed. That check was gonna hit his bank account no matter what he did this year. I myself commend Danilo and I think that he deserves a few all-star votes this year. Now wait, I don't know if he's gonna make it, alright? I ain't saying he should be an all-star. I ain't wildin', alright? Chill out. I highly doubt that he'll make it. All I'm saying is that he deserves some attention. And y'all need to stop sleeping on him and overlooking the work that he's produced. He's been one of the most efficient players in the league so far. And he's had one of the best bounce back seasons in the NBA. Danilo Gallinari. Give me a second. Is a walking W who deserves to be commended. In the summer of 2017, the high flyer, explosive, lethal scorer Zach LaVine was traded away from the Wolves to the Chicago Bulls while he was nursing an ACL tear. Once that trade was made and he eventually made his return back on the court last year, he struggled mightily, but no duh, dumbass. No duh, of course he's gonna struggle. That should be a no-brainer. Dude hasn't played basketball at the highest level in months and was pretty much bound to put up poopy numbers last season. After that year went by, I think that made people think a lot less of him. And once he got that decently sized contract, there was a lot of people questioning the amount of money that he received and had mixed feelings towards the whole thing, as if the Bulls paid him based off of what type of player he was then and there. They gave him $19.5 million for 4 years based off of what he can potentially be. And this year, he's making every doubter and naysayer look so stupid right now. And I honestly love it. So far this year, my dog, yes, I said my dog Zach LaVine, even though I don't know him personally, like, he's still my dog because I've been standing this man since day one. Anyways, he's been averaging a career high in points, assists, and rebounds, and also free throw percentage. Now, his efficiency isn't the best because for a good part of the year, the Bulls haven't been healthy at all. Other key players like Bobby Portis, Larry Markkinen, and Chris Dunn missed a handful of games and weren't there to assist him on the court at all and make life easier for him to score. Dude is out here getting double teamed now, and that's something that he's never really had an issue with before. So his 3-point percentage isn't too high, but his field goal percentage, which is at 45%, is really good. So I feel like as time goes on and everyone stays healthy for a consistent period of time, his percentages will go up. Zach LaVine is having a great bounce back year and could be a top 5 shooting guard in the league sooner than later. Now, for what most of you guys were waiting for. D.Rose, the Phenom. This man here was at the lowest point of his career last year. He originally signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers because that's where he believed he had the best chance to win, and management was willing to take a chance on him. Long story short, he produced pretty decent numbers until his ankle injury kept him sidelined. As it turns out, he was nursing that same injury for much longer than expected. And while he was nursing that injury, he was contemplating his future. His future playing basketball as a whole. Because it seems like no matter how much rehab and how right he got his body, something would always go wrong. And for someone of his level, or the level he was once on, that is insanely discouraging. So eventually, as we all know, when the Cavs decided to trade literally half of their roster in one day, D.Rose was a part of the shipment and was moved to Utah, but when he was traded there, he was almost waived immediately. For the first time in his life, he was found jobless during the season, and some random fan even found D.Rose shooting at an empty gym working on his game. D.Rose was going out sad until an old friend, coach, came clutch and gave him a chance to broadcast whatever he had left in the tank. On the year, he just put up 8 points per game on efficiency. Down in the dumps, it looked like at just 21 years old, his career was coming to an end. Until this year, the 2018-19 NBA season. It seems like D.Rose has almost reinvented himself. This year, he's attributing to a competitive Wolves team in the Western Conference and has given the organization everything that he's got. Honestly, if you ask me, I think that he is the second best player on the Timberwolves, and it is not even up for debate right now. And that's very shocking to say, considering how last year went for him and since he's coming off of the bench. D.Rose is averaging 19 points per game, the most that he's averaged since he was 23 years old, and he's been throwing up that 19 a game on the best efficiency of his entire career. 2018-19 NBA season Derrick Rose is the best version of Derrick Rose we've seen since 2011. His MVP year. By just knowing how many injuries Rose has gone through and knowing how many teams curved him. The Bulls, they moved him to New York, and after he spent 1 year in New York, didn't want to have anything else to do with him. And then he made his way to Cleveland to play just 16 games there and did. And then he got moved to Utah, and obviously, like I said earlier, he got waived. D.Rose, at least to me, has had the biggest, the best, I don't know what the hell I'm gonna title this video, comeback, bounce back, whatever. But just know that D.Rose has been that dude this year and has had the best comeback year out of everyone on this list, when putting into consideration just how dark of a path he was headed into. Okay, so this is the end of the video, man. Nah, hold on, actually, I lied by accident, okay? I wanted to add 2 more players onto this list. Don't worry, alright, they're role players, so I won't make this too long at all. But I still feel like they deserve some type of recognition. Danny Green and Iman Shumpert. Nice work. This is the end of the video, man. Remember, make sure you watching this video right now, yes, you, make sure you contribute to this challenge that I issued to all of you guys. And run through them comments. 600 comments should be nothing to y'all, man. Y'all fine. Oh, and a reminder, make sure you follow me on IG, Mojo99 __ 2 underscores, because I'm going to be doing the giveaway over there once I hit 10,000 subscribers. And also, I'm going to spam you with likes because that is what you do for me. So I have to return the favor to all of you guys. That's it. I'm done talking now. I really appreciate you for your time spent on this video and supporting me in everything that you do. Make sure you let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I really do appreciate you for spending your precious time on this channel. And until then, I'll get right with you.
couldn't get a play, yeah. No home, I ain't have a place to stay, yeah. I got to work, made the surf, free the way, yeah. Told my girl who'd ever thought.